Hey guys, got some exciting news today. I've been for a drive down to our local gun dealer and I've got myself a new toy. Well, a new tool I should say. So this one here is my MPR308 from Wedgetail Industries. 3, 2, go! So this is what comes in the box. I haven't even fired the rifle yet. So we've got the rifle itself, which I'll show you soon. Got a couple stickers and permit to acquire. Got a really good user manual thing that goes through, tells you how to strip it down, how to clean it, how to pretty much all the components of it. And then we've got a couple patches. That's the MPR patch for the MPR308 pump action, and this is the WT15 semi-auto patch, and it's got a couple 10-shot magazines. These ones aren't Magpul magazines, but they are the same. They're MFT, Mission First Tactical, so they're pretty much the same as the Magpuls, same price. They're polymer double stack magazines. So the Magpul ones all fit in this the same anyway. So anyway, I'll get the rifle out of the packet. So let's look at this new baby. So this is it, the Wedgetail Industries MPR308. This is the long handguard model, so I want to be able to sit that into a tripod while I'm shooting and put in a gun cradle, or might even made an Arca Swiss plate on the bottom here. So here you go, it's got the Magpul CTR stock on there, which is really good. So it's adjustable stock and it locks into place. Got the Magpul pistol grip on there, MOE pistol grip, and I have ordered the the 9-ox blast diverter to go on the end of the muzzle brake and blast diverter. So, but it hasn't come yet, so I'll just use the muzzle brake that comes with the 3-port muzzle brake. So it's got your pump action, it's got your last round hold open on your magazine, so then you got lever there to push it forward. So it is spring assisted pump action. Now the spring for that is in the buffer tube as well. So it's just like a platform. You've got a dust cap there. It pops open when you cycle the action. So anyway, let's get the magazines out and I'll strip it down and give it a clean and put some shots down range. So here we got the 2 magazines and here's the 308. Now we'll just check to make sure it's clear. No, nothing in the chamber. So we'll proceed to start field stripping it. And she's all back together, ready to go. So anyway, we'll go and I'll put my red dot sight on it, and I've got the Trigicon ACOG Mini red dot sight. So we'll run that through and put that on here and get it sighted in at the target down there. So the ammo I'm going to be using today is just some reloads. I've probably got a mixture of different, it's ADI, that's ADI, Remington, ADI and Remington. I might try and get the same ones and just see whether, or a few different ones, and just see whether they'll cycle first. So to load the magazine, just put the bullets in, push them in and make sure they're slidden right to the back. So they just go in very easily. And that is five shots in there. That'll do, and I'll load 5 into this next magazine. Now they've got a 130 grain hollow point ammo, and so I'll just put a bit of a mixture of different ones and just see how they feed through it. Now I have got a few PPU ones here. These are just reloads, so I'll give one of them a try and see where they jam up, because I've seen reviews that Jack out the back, he's got one of these and he's had a lot of trouble with the PPU ammo jamming up. And so I'll just give it a try with one of my reloads in PPU and see whether they have the same issues. I think it's just to do with your brass thickness. It might be ever so slightly thicker in the case. So anyway, we'll have a few shots through that and see how we go. First of all, I just want to give a big shout out to all the fellas at the barn and Brett for organising this for me, and thanks for the hat as well. It's a really nice hat and fits really good. So thanks Brett, thanks all you fellas at the barn. You got a really good shop in there and I like to support you as well. So anyway, we'll start off. This is with the 5 from ADI, and so I've never fired a shot to this. We'll just see how it runs. So first of all, didn't go into battery. Now that's gone home. I've just got to be a bit rougher with it, I think. No, she's on. And I might just put my earmuffs on as well, because it'll be very loud with this muzzle brake on. Righto, here we go. Aiming centre of target, safety's off, ready to fire. Right. And she's jammed up. Oh. It's not a good start. I just have to let it cool down, and I might try a bit different brass, I think. So I was able to let it cool down for a bit and jammed it on the ground, and it did eject the case, and a little bit tight around the bottom of the case here. So we'll get another one, but I'll try a Remington one this time. So we'll pull it back. A bit tight to go in as well. Now for the test. Oh, maybe I can't use reloads. Still a bit tight. Try again. They're not feeding in real good. That one's scored the shell on there. I'll just try putting one case in. Well, that's gone into battery. Safety off. It's a bit tight too. Not off to a good start, is it? Maybe I can't use reloads in it. Should be a bit of a shame. Well, hey guys, I'm back again at the bench with the new Wedgetail Industries MPR308 with the long handguard. As you saw the other day when I was trying to film this video, I was having a lot of troubles with it. So one of the things I worked out, it came with this Mission First tactical magazine. I had 2 of them, and I was having all sorts of troubles feeding when the bolt came forward to push it up into here. The shell, it would start going up into the chamber, but then the bolt would slip up over the back of the shell and jam it up in the side, and jam it up into your locking lugs in the side, and it would dent the case. And I couldn't work out what was going on. I thought it might have just been my reloads, but it turned out this magazine, these Mission First tactical ones, don't really work in it. They fit in, but they don't go up quite high enough. I found if I hold the magazine up, and when I cycle the action, which is a bit awkward with the pump action, they fed okay. But so what I've done is I've got a Magpul magazine and done a bit of experimenting, and it fits in there. It's not as tight, so I can push the button and it just about drops out on its own, which I like, and it feeds flawlessly. So these Mission First tactical mags, even though they might work in some other rifles, they're not working in this one for some reason. So Wedgetail might have to look into that. And even though it says on the website they ship out with 2 Magpul magazines, I got 2 Mission First tactical ones. So this Magpul one's fixed that problem. The other trouble I had with my reloads, for some reason they're creating a bit too much pressure, I think, and must be expanding too much in the chamber, even though for some reason, I don't know why, but because I've only done standard loads and not hotted up loads or anything by any means. So I've got some bit of factory ammo to try on it here. I've got some gold dot 168 grain soft point with a nickel plated shell, and I've got some Winchester 135 grain hollow point ones here, and then also I've got some Winchester copper impact 150 grain, but they're a really nice looking one. They got a red polymer tip on them. Pretty deadly looking shell. They're a bit dearer ones, and then these ones here are probably the dearest one, but this is the ADI, just here with 135 grain Sierra hollow points in them again, same as the Winchesters. So we'll see how they all feed and run and see which ones work the best. So anyway, I'll load up the magazine with sort of 3 shots of each, and I've got the target down here, 25 metres. I've just got to finish sighting this red dot in as well, and we'll see how she goes. Okay, so now we've got, these are the gold, I have 3 shots of the gold dot. Got the target out at 50 metres, and we'll see how they go. Alright, now what have we got? These ones are the Winchester 150 grain ballistic tips. Now these ones are the Winchester 135 grain hollow points. Last round hole open. I'm now going to put some 380Is in it. These are the 80Is with the 135 grain hollow point from Sierra. What's going on there? Didn't have it hit in hard enough. For some reason or other that magazine's not catching properly in there. Not sure why. It's almost like the magazine catch isn't sticking out far enough. It's only just gripping in there. So anyway, that fed really well. And actually all of them, some of them here, whether you can make that, see that bit of a darker patch on the neck of the shell up here. I reckon it's getting a bit of powder gas blowback past the end of the shell. But that's only with the Winchester ones. The ADI ones, it's perfect. So, and also these are the Winchester, no, these are gold dot ones. So anyway, they might be the ones to use yet. The gold dot ones are shinier case, they feed really well, and they're also a bit cheaper than the ADI, so might be the way to go. I'm back again, and I got my gun back. So, these kookaburras think it's pretty funny, but I've waited a long time now, and it's been probably a month or two since I had to send the gun back. It was having magazine issues because the magazines they sent, they couldn't get the Magpul ones in stock at the time of when they sent the guns out, so to save the mucking around they sent out the Mission First Tactical magazines. Now they did feed provided I was holding the magazine up, but you don't want to be holding that, it's a bit awkward doing it, especially with pump action, because you need two hands on the gun. So the other issue was the reloads I was using weren't feeding, so now I've got factory ones. I'm using these ADI Game King. They've got the 135 grain Sierra hollow points in them, and so they're working flawlessly now. And the other issue I had was with the magazine. When I put it in, it wouldn't stay in. It was just the magazine catch wasn't quite protruding far enough, and it was only just gripping the very corner. And it was when a brand new magazine, it would work for a few shots until it actually wore that little corner off the magazine catch, and then it wouldn't actually catch anymore. So, well, Wedgetail, I sent it back to the barn, they sent it back to Wedgetail, and they're all really good to deal with. They replaced the two magazines with Magpul magazines, which they're able to get in since, and also fixed the problem with the magazine catch, and now it works really, really well. haven't had any issues with it. Grabs in, hangs in, and I haven't had any cycling problems whatsoever, and no sticking bullets in the magazine. So I need to do a bit more playing around with the reloads. I think there was slightly too much pressure in some of the cases. So anyway, a few modifications. I'll put up some pictures here of a before and after. I did have the TL35 SE scope, but for this review I've put the red dot sight back on it. And yeah, I've done some few modifications. I've changed out the pistol grip handle to a Hogue finger groove, rubberized finger groove grip on there, so it's a lot more comfortable than the one that comes standard on it, which was the Magpul MOE grip. I changed out this, put a Magpul sling, single point sling adapter in the back here, so I could have my Magpul sling, I can have it a single point, and then I've got the ring on the top, the Paraclip ring, so I can have either single point or double point slings, attachments. I've also changed out the trigger from the stock trigger, which is pretty tight. I've put in a Victor Precision 2-stage trigger, so that's a very, very nice trigger. I'll leave some links in the description below. They have just gone up in price, unfortunately, but the cost of materials and everything going up in price, they had to put their prices up a bit. But if you can afford a Australian-made AR trigger that's just a drop-in standard AR trigger, you cannot go past these triggers. They are very, very nice triggers to use. They're also quite light triggers too. I've just put a little tripod here temporarily, so like a Arca Swiss plate on here. So if I've got my tripod and I'm shooting off my tripod at night, I can slide that into there, and then with it I don't need the gun clamp in there, and I can just shoot off of there, and you pump your action like that. But also I've got, since I did in the last videos, I got this Nonox muzzle brake and blast deflector from Wedgetail Industries, and I put that on there, and it makes it so much nicer to shoot. There's no you get sends all the blast from the muzzle brake forward, but it still actually brakes the gun, takes a bit of the recoil out of the gun. One thing I'd like to do is sort of just maybe get a bit softer butt pad on there as well, just make it a bit more comfortable in the shoulder, but it's not too bad. I think that's all the modifications I've done to it, and now it's actually going very, very well. So anyway, we'll put a few shots down at the target. I've got the target down here at 50 meters, and we'll see how she performs. Show you how it works. Put that into tripod, lock it up. Actually get my tripod just a little bit higher. Righto. There we go. Load straight in. Put my earplugs in. Right, safety off. Ready to go. So you can see cycles very well. I don't want to shoot too much of my good ammo off, because it's ammo, 308 ammo is a bit dear to buy it like that. Nearly $3 a shot. So anyway, as you can see, it shoots pretty well. I'll just have a couple shots off the shoulder just so you can see it, how it performs off the shoulder. Not sure what happened with that one. Still good. last round hold open, and we're out. So there's that one shell, I don't think I pulled it back hard enough, and then it got sort of half stuck. So you got to be pretty rough with the action, and especially as it's still wearing in. So I've only had probably, since I got it back, I've only put probably 20-30 shots through it. So anyway, it's going pretty well. I'll get the thermal scope on it, and I've got a job on this weekend to go over and try and shoot a few dogs. So I'll take it with me and see how it goes. I know it's not the best group, but that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There was actually, I think I only had 8 in the magazine. Because I only found 8 shells on the ground. So that's not too bad a group, and a bit of a flyer over here, but I don't think it was a flyer, that was just me, just here. But for off the shoulder and if the tripod a bit of quick shooting, it's not too bad a group at 50 metres. If you put a glass scope on there, it'll be doing a lot better than that. I was shooting the other night with the thermal with it at the gong down here at 200 metres, and I think I had 2 shots and got them into about an inch group or just 2-shot group at 200 metres with it. So it's pretty happy with that. Anyway, sun's going down, so I better go and pack up and get inside before the mozzies come out. So before it gets dark, I'll just wrap up with my final thoughts. Now, this gun is now performing very, very well. Haven't had any issues, or that one feed issue before where it was a bit tight to eject. Probably just needs a bit more shooting and a bit more running in, and it'll get a lot better with that. But it's, with these factory rounds, it is feeding very, very well. I'm very happy with it. Thanks, big shout out to the fellas at the barn, Brett and all the other guys in there. They've been really good to deal with and helping me out with this and getting a few of these issues resolved. And also a big shout out to Wedgetail Industries, an Australian company making really nice rifles like this. So support local, support the firearm industries in Australia, and the more we support them, the more products they can get out to people, into people's hands to be able to use to make our jobs, especially with feral pest control, a lot easier. So anyway, thanks guys, thanks for resolving the issues with it. I'm very happy with this rifle now. So anyway, I'll leave some links in the description below if you want to go and check out their website. It's a very, very nice rifle. Also, thanks Victor Precision for the triggers. Yes, I did buy it with my own money, but they're very, very well worth the money. So I'll leave some links in the description below for that as well. And yeah, I'll leave the video at that, and I'll catch you on the next one.